Even though you can't literally grow deer in your garden, I can show you some amazing herbs and veggies that you can grow to help enhance those wild dishes that you're going to be preparing. For all the tips and facts that I'm going to share today, I found them either at Google or from my friend Erin. She is an avid gardener and loves to share her knowledge of gardening with basically everyone she meets, and it is so beautiful and wonderful. I didn't even have space for all of my herbs, so I said to her, "Hey Erin,
Yeah?
can I plant some herbs in your garden?"
Of course.
See, isn't she lovely? Why are you talking about gardening? You have a hunting channel. You gotta have amazing sides to go along with amazing meat. All the food that I'm going to be growing will be used with what I hunt, so I feel like it's super beneficial. If you want to grow a good deer garden, like I'm going to try and grow, then you've come to the right place. There are so many flavors that you can bring to your wild meals, whether it's sweet to savory, sweet to tangy, tangy to peppery. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember what the words are. The options are honestly endless. This is just a great night to be talking about my garden. I've got my barbecue going. I got some venison kebabs. If you want that recipe, it is linked in the description down below. And some bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers. Oh yeah! It's got some venison inside. Here's my beautiful herb garden. I've got basil, rosemary, oregano, some thyme, lemon balm, and mojito mint. And this stuff is my favorite. It just smells so amazing. And I get to enjoy it tonight. Question of the day, what is your favorite herb to grow? Mine is definitely mojito mint and rosemary. I've also got some spinach and kale and lettuce in some order coming up here, and some green onions. Tips for growing herbs. You want to have them in a sunny location. If they're in a raised garden bed, that is awesome. They need good drainage. You want to also make sure that the soil stays nice and moist, but don't overwater them. If you push your finger in and it seems dry more than an inch below, give them a bit of water. You want to make sure that you harvest the herb before it flowers. If it starts to flower, then the herb can kind of taste a little bit bitter. Not sure if you're like me, but I always seem to forget the conversion between fresh herbs and dried herbs. So it's 1 tablespoon of fresh herbs to 1 teaspoon of dried herbs. Now you got it. I love to use my herbs like rosemary and thyme in roasts or stews or soups. I love to use my basil and oregano in my spaghetti sauce that I make. Like, there are so many ways that you can use the herbs that you grow. Just remember that dried ones are a lot more potent than fresh ones. I just found a really sweet way to use some of the mint that I'm growing in my garden. So Jordan, unless we catch some whitefish by ourselves, can you catch us some more, Jack? Thanks. Now if we start coming over here, no, don't look at that. That's a pea plot that I haven't planted yet. In these beds are going to be pumpkins. I've got 1, 2, and 3, 4 hills over there. I did 2 or 3 seeds per hill. They are pretty cute. Once these start to get viney, they're going to spread and fill this whole bed. Pumpkins need lots of sun, so this area is perfect for them. They also need compost and manure worked into the soil, and are going to need lots of water as they grow. I'm very excited to get some pumpkins for making stews and chilies. This box over here is all potatoes, lots of hills, and lots of plants growing already. Planted them in dips like this so the water would pool in the holes and feed the potatoes better. Potatoes need lots of sun, moisture, and nitrogen to grow really well. As they get to be 6 to 8 inches tall, I can push dirt up around the plant, and it'll grow more potatoes inside the mound. If you notice any fruit growing on your potato flower, pluck it off. That stuff is poisonous. These are my cute spaghetti squashes. It looks so good so far. These ones here are going to be my butternut squash. He's just so dainty. Zucchini, but they're looking pretty great too. And zucchini are going to be very plentiful. We planted some bushes last year and they took off like crazy. Probably in the next week or so, I'm going to hang up some trellises so that their leaves don't hang on the dirt and get mildew, which can cause the plant some problems. And the vines will create a cool curtain effect too. I realized after I planted these veggie boxes that I should have put compost in the soil to make it more airy so the roots could develop better. I will be putting some compost on top of the soil so that when I water, those nutrients will soak in. And if you want to grow some big veggies to feed your family well, once you start to have 4 or 5 on your vine, pluck off the rest of the flowers that are there. I know that berries like juniper and Saskatoon are really great for wild game cooking. I don't have any in my garden presently or probably ever. 2 of the parks in town, they grow them, so I'm kind of excited to get out and forage with my family to get some sweet berries for some amazing food that we're gonna make. Never did I think those words would come out of my mouth, ever. Thanks, Erin. Here's my cute little garden. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know that the garden doesn't look like much right now, but hopefully by the end of summer I haven't killed everything and we can actually have a harvest. Don't forget the question of the day, what's your favorite herb to grow? Stay tuned next week for more wild content. I'll catch you next Wednesday.